Welcome, friends. This is a bit of an introduction video. I'm Justin Kane Elder, middle-aged artist dude you're randomly finding on YouTube. Today's video is a little bit of a share and tell lesson exchange program kind of thing. It's the good old, here's a message to my 30-year-old self from a 50-year-old self, or I'm 47, that's pretty much 50, whatever. Things I would have liked to have known back then. That little glimpse into the future, little time travelage. So yeah, let's just back up to right here. Here's Justin, 2008. Just got laid off from carpentry, decided what the hell, I'm gonna try and make it as an artist, and never looked back. And I've had a stellar, storybook, movie-worthy career up to this point. And we're just gonna roll it out bit by bit, and you guys will get to see it. And I really appreciate the 40 people that are here listening and checking it out. And here's to more people joining the fun. Anyways, let's get to it. Here's what my art looked like back in 2008. Here's a recently finished painting. You may notice a slight difference. There's been some change, there's been some experimentation, and that's, I guess, the baseline with everything. So let's fast forward to another moment. So that's 2008. Let's go to 2018. I'm turning 40. At 40, I decided to walk away from a career, walk away from a company that I had started from a basement and had taken to 7 figures, and we were working with Fortune 500 companies, and the sky was the limit. It was like, take your pick. Had I stayed there, I could be retired right now. And you might be thinking I'm crazy for making that decision, but here's my takeaways. So it's that old, at 40, I left it all. Here's what to do, here's what not to do. What not to do was stay in that situation. There was a lot of good to it, but there was also a staggering amount of stuff that was happening that was tearing my family apart. It was keeping me away from my children, my wife. My marriage was in ruins. It was basically, I had poured all of my energy into work and not my family, and there was a big deficit that was happening that needed to be fixed. And so I left it behind, the promising whatever. And it was fun while it lasted, but I needed to tend to my garden, my family. That was super important. And my takeaway, because that was 6 years ago or whatever, 2008, is that everything was worth it. My family and I went through so much. Growth is a good way to term it. But it's pivotal in making me an oak tree that can just withstand all these weather patterns that come through life, the good, the bad, the ugly. We're getting it all. You don't get a ride for free, and neither do I. So that was my biggest takeaway, is listen to your heart. That's number one. If you're having a little voice that's always pecking at you, going, I don't know, doesn't feel right, you should listen. Because in the end, you're gonna come out into clear water. You're gonna hit smooth seas. Maybe the smooth seas will be a bare minimum, but it's honestly so much fun rebuilding your life. I've done it a few times now, and it's this beta phase, this testing phase, this experimenting, and you never get it back. That's the other thing. You'd never get this phase back. You're watching me right now in a rebuild moment of everything. I'm gonna be completely frank. This year, 2025, barely sold a lick of art. My worst income producing year as an artist. That aside, it's the most profound, prolific, expansionary year I've ever had creatively. There's just so much, to the point where I'm not entirely worried about the other deficit financially that's happened, because I know it's going to come around just from the energy, the vitality that's coming out of the work. So I think that's your key takeaway to get from this little video, this little snippet, or I'm trying to keep it little, is follow your heart. Don't be afraid to just jump off ship. Swim for shore. You know, maybe you don't know what shore is, but you'll get there if you just listen. Listen right there. Don't listen there. There's a lot of garbage, a lot of crossed wires and confusion that happens in the old head. This is what steers the ship. And you'll see when I get to this video that talks about that piece, that drum right there. This is the heart is the drum type of piece. Would have never happened had I not left it all behind at 40. And there's just so much power in it. And thank you, first of all, for taking the time to even watch this. And I'm gonna do more of these. You know, if you have questions, whatever, hit me up, reach out. I'm another human that will answer. I am genuine, I am authentic, and just trying to have an intimate moment with you. And I really appreciate your time. And thank you, friends. Thanks for visiting. Till next time, love you. Psych, I'm back. You thought that video was over? I just had a little spice more I wanted to put into that, just a touch. This painting right here, which we talked about a second ago, 2008 self, painting this, out of art school, traditionally trained oil painter kid that wanted to not touch oils ever again, wanted to try something new. So the very first medium I dove into is spray paint. Sure, why not? And I modeling, you know, following the path of another hero artist that I really love to this day, Chuck Close, did these great pixelated photos, and his story is amazing. You should look into it. But this is a riff off of that. So it's all just stenciled, layered stenciled, different hues of spray paint, and done in my basement that I started that same company I was talking about. And it's really eye-opening to look back at that, Justin, and then look at this Justin, who's come back to oils. This is an oil painting, and it's all done by eye, no sketch, just straight out of the gate. And doing this is me again following the heart, and that's the takeaway in this whole video, is just follow your heart, because it's going to give you the best fruit to nourish your soul from. No joke. If you wake up every day and you're pardon my French, fucking stoked to get out there and get to work and do your passion, then you're going the right way. Do it. Go that way, buddy. And that's where I'm at with this work. Again, I've come back full circle to oil, and I just wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. And you don't need to know where you're going. You just need to use the heart as a compass, friends. That was the other little tidbit I just wanted to just hammer home to you guys. This is our true north. It's a quiet voice. You need to still yourself, calm yourself to listen to it. Take a deep breath in the morning, breathe it in, sit in the sun, do all that stuff they've talked about. Not just me, but I mean, I've done it, and it's true. When you can hear it, you can hear that little kernel come through that says, you know, you should maybe try painting in oils. You should try writing a story. You should write a song. You should take a photo. You should go for a walk. Whatever that little voice says. Say hello to an old friend. That's where the magic opens up. That's what I want you guys to do. Okay, I'm out of here. Love you guys.